principalities, powers, might, dominion, and that every name that is named, no, I better not. We could sure take the rest of the night on that. Every name that is named, not only in this world, but in the world to come. What's every name of every person will bear the name of what? Jesus. The whole heaven's named Jesus. The whole church is named Jesus. Everything is named Jesus. For it's the only name that God ever had. He's called Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh, the Lord's provided sacrifice, Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that healeth thee, Jehovah, Lord's banner, Manasseh, Jehovah, different Jehovahs. He's called the morning star. He's called Father. He's called Son. He's called Holy Ghost. He's called Alpha. He's called Omega. He's called beginning. He's called the ending. He's called the branch. He's just called all kinds of titles, but he had one name. That's what Matthew was talking about. Amen. When he said, "Go ye therefore and teach all, baptizing them in the name." Not in names. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Father's not a name. Son's not a name. Holy Ghost is not a name. It's a title to a name. Yes. It's a name of three attributes that belongs to one God. What was his name? The angel said, "Thou shalt call his name, for he shall save his people from their sins." That's the reason they all baptized that way in the Bible. That's how St. Augustine baptized the King of England about 150, 200 years after the death of Christ. In the name of Jesus Christ. All right. For above principalities, powers, might, dominion, that every name that is named not only in this world, but also in that which is to come, and has put all things under his feet, and has given him to be the head over all things to the church, which is his body. Now, if my body has a power over all things, then what my body is what I am. Is that right? That's what I am. That's what you know me as. Is that right? Well, then, all that God was, He poured into Jesus. Amen. For He was the fullness of the Godhead bodily. Is that right? Amen. And all that Jesus was, He poured into the church. Amen. These things that I do shall you do all things also. Even greater than this shall you do. For I go to the Father, which is His body, the fullness of Him that filleth all in all. Oh, how I love that. How I love that. I was reading the other day a book that was wrote about a trip I went to minister in Africa. Never did read it before. How many ever read the book, Prophet Visits Africa? In there I was looking at a little Indian boy. How many seen that picture? I heard a certain evangelist been praying for the sick for about 15 years or more. He said, "I never seen a miracle performed in my life." He said, "I've seen people that said they had headaches, got well. I've seen people say they had tummy ache, got well, and so forth. But a miracle, something that created and made something, I thought that boy ought to have been standing there and seen that. That Indian boy's leg was just about this big around, one of them. The other one was a normal leg, like a human being's leg. And if you notice his brace, there was his shoe about 14 inches or 15 inches high like this. He had an iron plate on the bottom of it. His shoes set up on top of two long standards that stood. He walked up to where I was standing. They brought him up there. He had two crutches. He took this big orange shoe, chomped it down like that. I looked at his leg. It's about that big around. Now, them people are Mohammedans. Did you remember last Sunday when I read you what the papers had to write? I've got it right here myself from Africa, sent to me by our returned missionary, Brother Stricker. There's the article, how Billy Graham backed up on it. Exactly. They let the Mohammed push him right into the sea. What's the matter? The missionaries are leaving the field. What's use to stand any longer? They're just whipped. I love Billy Graham and think he's a wonderful man of God. But what Billy Graham ought to have charged him with, said, wait a minute. If some of these self-starched Baptists would have let him do it, I believe he would have done it. I believe Billy Graham's a man of God. But if he'd said, wait a minute, I'm a minister of the gospel. You believe in the Old Testament, and you said that Jesus wasn't nothing but a man. I challenge you on a debate. I don't believe in taking the devil's challenges, no, sir. But I'd have challenged him back and said, let you and I come together. I'm a doctor of divinity. Billy Graham is a doctor of divinity. Let me challenge you on this. And let me prove to you that Jesus was the Christ. Now, when it comes to divine healing, I don't possess those gifts. But we've got some brothers that do.